Good afternoon and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Cara Kurtz and I am the Business Development Manager for ASTA as well as the ASTA Small Business Network. We are happy to welcome today's presenter, Ms. Melissa Roberts of MTravel Hosting Services. Before we get started, I'd like to point out a few very important features on your screen that will allow you to interact with us via the web today. We'll be answering your questions at the end of this presentation. To ask a question, you will be using your GoToWebinar pane. Near the bottom of this pane, there is an area that says questions. If you click the arrow next to where it says questions, it will open up a window pane, and this is what you'll be using to communicate with us today. If you're having trouble hearing the presentation, please make sure your speakers are turned all the way up, or try hanging up and dialing back in again. You can send me any technical issues via this questions pane and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Please note that all audience members are muted. We certainly want to hear from all of you, but with so many people on today's call, background noise would be prohibitive. And we want to ensure that everyone can hear Melissa's entire presentation. Finally, please note that this webinar is being recorded and will be available for your on-demand viewing pleasures, not only on our NACTA YouTube channel, but also on asta.org by early next week. Now, without further ado, it is my pleasure to officially welcome Melissa.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on the webinar. As Cara mentioned, I am going to go over why you should join MTravel Hosting Services. And I'll just go ahead and get started. So first of all, I'm going to start with an introduction of who MTravel is and also our parent company, CTM. And then I'm going to go into a little background about ourselves, starting off with our MTravel team, including myself and the rest of the team that actually helps you, all of our agents on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to go over our industry partners, as well as some program benefits and details so that way you understand fully what MTravel has to offer. And then, as Cara mentioned, we're going to go over some questions towards the end. So first off, who is CTM and MTravel? So you guys probably have heard of Montrose Travel, which is our former parent company. They were actually acquired from CTM as of January of 2016. So just to give you kind of a little background on CTM, CTM is started in 1994. They're based out of actually Australia and have a variety of different divisions from leisure to corporate to event travel management. And they are a $5 billion global company. They are ranked 11th as far as the largest travel management company globally and do offer a lot of services, which is something that our independent contractors can tap into because of all the resources we have through them. As a little introduction to MTravel, formerly as the MTravel name, it started in 2004, but we've been hosting since the 1970s through Montrose Travel. Our main focus is definitely to help any agent grow a travel business, and we do that through a variety of ways. As I mentioned, we do tap into CTM's global buying power, which helps us with our industry partners, as well as giving you the most cutting edge technology. CTM actually has invested $1.2 million into MTravel's hosting program alone, just into technology, as far as updating our website, getting you the most up-to-date B2B booking tools, and so on. Just to give you kind of an idea of CTM's global footprint, we're pretty much a little bit of everywhere. We, of course, are located in Montrose, California, which is in Northern America. So that's one of the last places that they've had as far as their footprint going. But they've already been in Europe, Asia, and, of course, Australia, as I mentioned earlier. So to help you understand what sets MTravel apart from other host agencies is, first of all, we're a little bit different than most because we don't really fit into a boutique style host agency nor a big box host agency. We're a little bit of both. So with the boutique host agencies, most of them are, positive would be their luxury focus and they're adaptable to your needs. But the only thing is that sometimes the technology is not necessarily like their biggest strong suit, or you must have a book of business to get started with them. And they usually don't have as much of a personalized support for someone who's new to the industry. For a lot of big box agencies, sorry about that, give me 1 second. Okay, so a lot of big box agencies, They have a variety of sign-up fees, so could be fees as far as invoicing fees or monthly management fees and things like that, and it can be very convoluted. Also, they have more of a call center mentality. So it's, you're more seen as a number versus just an individual person. Every single person in that's trying to start a business is going to do it a little bit differently. They're not going to be exactly the same. So fitting into a specific box is hard to do. MTravel is kind of a little bit of both. We have a dedicated and personalized support team that's there for you every step of the way. So we do help our newer agents help start their business up from the ground. And we also do help our experienced agents kind of refocus and help them with their business and making sure that they can handle everything that is come up against them. We do also have access to virtuoso suppliers, so we can still handle that luxury focused, but we do have a lot of mass market as suppliers as well. And we do bundle everything together, which I will go over in the future, in a couple future slides, exactly how we bundle everything together. We make everything nice and simple, so you don't have to worry about multiple fees for your membership with us. And to help you understand like how we have won several awards in the past as far as for our hosting program. Some of them have been for our website, for marketing, but most recently we actually did win the ASTA Southern California chapter for Best Host Agency this year. And let me go into our team. I mean, who's the people that are actually going to help you on a day-to-day basis, so you actually can see who they are and how they're going to help. Your client value manager is basically your account manager. They're going to be your main point of contact for helping you build up your business or helping you with checking in on your business and seeing how it's going. Debbie specifically handles all of our established and executive level agents, which is more of our experienced agents. Dana handles all of our newer agents. So when you get started, if you're a newer agent, you would start off with Dana, but then you would progress to Debbie as you grow. On the operations side, we do also have a help desk. 2 people that are here to help you on a regular basis just for simplistic questions, like questions about your website, maybe you need a supplier login, things like that. That would be Loris and George. And then we do also have Chris, who's our fares desk. She would be able to help you with anything air related. So if you do want to see if there's a possibility of earning commission on air or doing a group contract, Chris would be able to assist you. And finally, Jessica on our team handles all of our events. So our annual educational conference, any of our regional events, our Jumpstart live event, as well as our MTech Academy. Jessica handles all of the logistics for that. So next, MTravel is not just supported by the team that you just saw. They were supported by pretty much every department that CTM has. So we have, of course, people in web development that's helping with the website that we provide to you. We, of course, have a training department to help our suppliers get information out to you or any new incoming information that you need. We have corporate sales. So if you are interested in corporate, we do have all the corporate tools that you can offer your clients. So if they need corporate booking tools, like Concur, or we actually, CTM has one, it's called Lightning, that you want to offer your clients, you have the ability to. Supplier relations, so that way you can actually have access to our just different supplier partners. Marketing, so you can get your name out there. Accounting, of course, making sure you get paid, which is always important. And then, of course, technology and security, because, especially with the holidays, you never know with fraud and everything like that, or any other time. So we want to make sure that you are secure and everyone in our company is secure as well. So here's a kind of a snapshot of our different industry partners. So first of all, we are a membership of CLIA, Cruise Line International Association, and you do have the ability to have a membership with them, so you can get your accreditations through them. Of course, we're a member of ASTA, so you are more than welcome to also be a part of ASTA. And sorry I haven't updated the name on here, but I know it is I know that they are going through a transition from NACTA to ASTA as well. We also have the affiliation with IATA and IATAN. So you have those credentials as well as ARC, so that way you can do any airline commission. We are a member of Virtuoso. We are actually a top 5 national account with them and the only global account that they have, as well as a variety of preferred supplier partners. Pretty much we've been with a lot of our supplier partners for decades, before through Montrose Travel and now through CTM. So we do have a long-standing relationship with them. And as far as travel products that we sell, pretty much we cover every facet. Our agents are do a little bit of everything, so don't feel like you have to fit into a box. As I mentioned before, you can focus on any type of travel that you want. So if you want to focus on cruises, if you want to focus on hotel cruise groups, or if you want to focus on corporate, we have the ability to handle everything that you need. And let's go into how we benefit you. What exactly do we offer that can help you and your business grow? So first of all, with how we are a little bit different from maybe other host agencies out there, is our main focus is to sell your brand. You keep your identity. With us, you are using the MTravel name only when you're talking to a supplier partner. You are always using your own branding and your own name when you're talking to a client. So you make sure that you have your unique identity and also your client list is secure. We are very big about pushing your name and not pushing ours. We're also helping you, like I said, in a variety of different areas. So if you are leisure focused, we do have block group space that you can take advantage of. We do also have leisure and romance experts. Laura's actually on our help desk is actually, well, I should say used to be one of our leisure agents, and specifically she focused on romance. So if you do have any questions, she's able to guide you with her 17 years of experience. If you are corporate focused, we do offer GDS access. So we have both Apollo and Sabre access. We do also have over 70 different airline contracts, as well as I said, the corporate focus booking tools. So if you do want to be able to offer something to a corporate client, we have all the tools that you need. For training, we do help agents from the ground up. So don't feel like you have to have experience in the industry to get started with us. We do help you from the beginning. So we do offer live and on-demand training via webinar. We do it about 3 to 5 times per week. And we record every single session. So if you happen to miss one, you can watch the recorded version instead. We also do one-on-one business coaching, which would be done through your client value manager. Your client value manager will be able to check in with you on a regular basis. And if you do want to set up like an hour or two kind of going over your marketing plan or your business plan, they're able to help you. And of course, we do have our professional development events. As I mentioned, we have our annual educational conference that we do on a yearly basis. We also do have our Jumpstart Live, which is basically the extension of our orientation program, Jumpstart Series. It's all focused on newer agents, helping them kind of guide them in the right direction and helping you learn more about the industry and also how to kind of develop your brand. We also do have one that's called MTech Academy that's all focused on technology, which is a really big thing nowadays. You want to be as up to date on technology as possible. So we do have an entire boot camp style event that's focused on that. If you want to be groups focused, we do have an entire training series dedicated to groups, so we can help walk you through exactly what groups entail, like what exactly you should work on in contracts, things like that. And we finally do have a group booking management technology. It's called Group Connects powered by GroupMinder. Finally, we do have luxury focus. If you do want to be able to have a luxury clientele and be able to offer luxury style products. Of course, our affiliation with Virtuoso is fantastic, but we do have invitation-only hotel programs. So like the Marriott Accolades or the Ritz-Carlton Stars, we are a part of those. So keep you an understanding of our program. As I mentioned before, we like to keep it nice and simple and bundled. We don't want to nickel and dime our agents for a variety of different things like the website or the CRM tool. We like to keep it nice and simple. So how our program is broken down is we have 4 program levels, basically depending on your industry experience as well as volume, what level you fall into. For someone who's new to the industry, we start off at $299 for the year. And it is at a 50-50 commission split. The reason why we start off there is that we expect, especially for someone who's new to the industry, is going to need a good amount of hand-holding. It's going to need a lot of help and guidance, and it's going to need a little bit more assistance than, say, someone who's more experienced. And we want that. We want you to ask as many questions as possible, utilize this as much as possible, so that way you're off on the right foot and are able to grow as quickly as possible. Once you basically have either been actively booking for about a year or have grossed $5,000 in commission, you can move up to the next level, which is our 70-30 split at $399 for the year. And that's for someone, like I said, who's been in the industry before. So if you're currently with another host agency, but maybe you don't have the volume of the two higher levels, you can come in already at our experience level. You don't actually have to start at the inexperienced level. For the last two levels, the established and the executive, you do have to have a volume requirement. Must prove it with like a 1099 or a commission statement or something like that that basically shows that you have that volume. But we're looking for $10,000 a year in gross commission for the established level, and that is at an 80-20 split. And finally, for the executive level, it's $25,000 a year in gross commission, and it's a 90-10 split. So what do you get for all of that, for the money that you're spending? We pretty much kind of offer you a travel agency in a box. First of all, we do provide you with a fully booking capable website that you are able to customize with your own logo and your own information. We want to make sure that we're as cutting edge with the technology as possible. So we actually are currently in the process of revamping our website completely to offer it. It's currently mobile friendly, but even make it a little bit more streamlined and make it easier for agents clients to book on there. We're also going to be unleashing a B2B booking tool. So that way you don't actually necessarily have to use the website yourself. For your clients, you have another option as well. We do have our Agent Connect's back office portal, which a part of the whole revamp is actually also getting revamped as well. We're making sure that it's mobile friendly, it's a lot easier to use, and it's more streamlined so you can easily take your business on the go. The current Agent Connect's portal is not mobile friendly, so that is one major improvement that we're doing, as well as making sure that it's a little bit more user friendly. Of course, you have access to our team. So your client value manager, the help desk, the fares desk, our events desk, everything is available to you. You can either call us, you can email us. We're available Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time. Your client value managers, if you do set up an appointment with them, they can be available on the weekends. And as far as accounting, we want to make sure that you're getting paid. It's always important. So we do provide you with commission statement reports every 15th of the month when we do pay, as well as direct deposit payments. So we do pay via direct deposit on the 15th once the client travels and after the supplier has paid us. We do provide you with Client Connect's Powered by Client-based system. So it is a dual function system in the sense that you can not only put your clients in there to be able to market to them, but you can also take notes about them as well. So if you want to have information on like the credit card information or be able to encrypt that credit card information as well and be able to add in notes, you can put it all in one system, and it's web-based, so it can go wherever you go. As I mentioned before, you do have access to Virtuoso's affiliation. They have a ton of training on their end. They have a lot of unique benefits, and they also have a good amount of suppliers that we don't necessarily offer directly. So if you're looking for something a little bit more niche or a little bit outside the box, Virtuoso has that. As I mentioned, our webinars and all of our training, you of course have access to that. And we do include errors and omissions insurance with our program. We do also have a couple different types of agents, so you can add on to your business as you grow. So of course, most of our agents will come in as primary agents. So they're the main agent, they have their own Agent Connect's website, they have their own back office portal, they are the one that paid the annual fees, and all the commissions, of course, are paid directly to them. But if a primary agent would like to have on a partner, maybe a spouse or employee, we do have that option. they will share the login of Agent Connects with the primary agent, so it's not like they're going to get a separate setup. And everything is shown as a primary agent, but they still have access to the team. They still have access to ask any questions, go into the trainings, anything like that. And it is a one-time fee of $100, just basically just to get them set up. For sub-agents, it's basically an independent contractor under the primary agent. They will actually get their own back office portal and website. It's for $100 annually, is basically to maintain those two. And every booking that they do will actually be reported separately, but be paid to the primary agent. So if the primary agent wants to have a different setup with their sub-agent, they're more than welcome to, but at least it'll have a little bit difference in between the two. So that is our program in a nutshell. And Cara, do we have any questions?
All right. Thank you so much for such an informative webinar. It looks like our first question is, as a home-based agent, are there any other costs that an advisor would need to be aware of, or how does that work?
Sure. So the only thing that they would want to look at is more things outside of us. With our program, what you see, like the cost that you saw, exactly what you have to pay for, which is, let me go back to that slide real quick, which is these costs. But if they're looking to get their business started, of course, it's like business license. If they need a business license to work from home, some states do have special requirements for their licensing. California, Florida, Hawaii, Washington, Iowa are those states. And it could be just depending on your financial structure. But most of the cost is really just to get the business started, not really through us.
Okay, perfect. And I did hear you talk about how MTravel Host Agency differs from others, but if I was to invite an advisor that wants to join MTravel at an established agent level or an executive agent level, what proof is required?
So it just
from another hosting agency.
So what I'm looking for, as I said, is either a commission statement or a 1099 or something that basically shows that proof of volume. So just something that if you don't necessarily have a 1099, but you have your commission statements from your previous agency, that's really what I'm looking for.
Perfect. Thank you. It looks like our next question is going to be, is it possible for me to have an independent contractor working under me?
Yes, so that would be basically considered a sub-agent. So the sub-agent would be able to work under you. You would have the ability to have them and have their own login and everything like that. They do have to pay an extra $100 annually just to maintain the website that we provide, but you will get reporting as far as who books what, so you know exactly how to pay out your sub-agent or independent contractor.
Thank you. And it looks like another advisor is wondering, am I considered an independent contractor or an employee with your program?
You are considered an independent contractor, not an employee.
Okay. And it looks like our last question that we have so far is, how can I have brochures shipped to me?
So for most of the suppliers, if you do the brochures, you can change the address on it. If it does happen to get sent to us, we will let you know and we'll advise you. But most suppliers you're able to ship directly to them through like the back office portal.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Melissa. It was such a great webinar, and I know all of our advisors were definitely very eager with all of those questions. As I had mentioned, this webinar was recorded, and it will be available for your on-demand viewing on asta.org by the end of the week, as well as on our NACTA YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Melissa, again, for your amazing presentation, as well as to all of our advisors who joined us for this webinar this afternoon. This will conclude today's presentation, and we hope that everyone has a wonderful remainder of their day.
Thank you. Have a great one, everyone.
Thank you.